Jasim, good evening.
Good evening, Lauren.
Thank you very much for being here and joining me here in Abu Dhabi. It's been a long time. We saw each other last time in Cuba, and if you remember, the first video I made was a video about you, introducing you, and in Cuba, a lot of things happened for you.
No, it was an honor to start the video with your channel, and I think all the good things happened since the great things which we have shared in the videos which we had.
So you did not expect it, but you during the event, the Habano Festival, you became Hombre Habano. And so it's a good point to start making a video about what is Hombre Habano. So the first thing for me would be we're going to light a cigar. I brought a cigar from Switzerland. So we're going to light it up. It is the Quai d'Orsay Selection Royale 25th anniversary of Intertabac in Switzerland.
I saw you unboxing this beautiful.
Yes, I did the unboxing. So I thought
it's
it would be
hot cake now.
Yeah, it is.
It's just launched.
Yes, it's. I thought it would be a good idea to smoke it with you today. So I would like you, if you don't mind, to tell us what it means. You will tell us what it meant for you before you received it. You know, because there are many people. I mean, there are a few people who got it. What it meant for especially in the cigar scene, the Cuban cigar scene, when someone had the Hombre Habano title. It's someone that I know you respected it, because when we met those gentlemen and ladies in the past, you told me this is a Hombre Habano. And you can be a lady and be Hombre Habano also.
Yes. They change a little bit. I was talking to Gemma Freeman from Hunters and Franca, and then back in the time it was known as Hombre Habano.
Yeah.
Now, as you see on the award itself, it shows Premio. So it's still collectively called as Hombre Habano.
Okay, so this is what you got.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it on the videos on it.
This is the beautiful award.
Easy to travel with. You would recommend it.
It's very easy that all the airline will. You'll be a noted person.
You will probably banned.
You'll probably banned.
Yes.
It's very sharp. The metal is something significant. But it's a piece. It's a piece.
So can you tell us what the Hombre Habano title is? I think it's quite old. It's nothing new. And
it's been there around for nearly, let's say, 20 years.
20 years. Okay. Yeah. So it's actually older than the original editions and older than the Reservas and the Grand Reservas.
More or less.
More or less.
Definitely Grand Reserva and definitely original edition.
Yes. This title, I understand, is like normally a lifetime achievement. It's given by Habanos to the people each year during the festival who have an impact on the Cuban cigar scene worldwide. So I guess, but there are different titles.
So there are different categories of this title. So every year it happens, except the year where you have the COVID and etc. So it happens from three different categories. One is Hombre Habano in production,
yeah,
where the recognized personalities who make the best crop.
Yeah.
During a particular year.
So it's the Vegueros.
The Vegueros mostly get it.
Yeah.
It's 100% Cubanos.
They're all Cuban. You can't just come from outside.
Just come from different country and do it. It's 100% dedicated to the Cuban cigar industry. Mostly the people who own the Fabrica. The people who own the Plantacion.
The Plantacion, yes.
And they're the one who received the award.
They're the guys doing the hard job.
The hard job. A lot of hard sun. And a lot of hard work.
Yes.
Endless hours of hard work.
Yes.
And the second category is Habanos in business. We
Yes.
call it negocio.
Yeah.
Hombre Habano negocio, where it's not that they sell a lot of cigar. It's not the criteria. In the Hombre Habano criteria, it's not just the amount of cigar you make or amount of leaves you make, or it's not about how many cigars you sold in terms of value. It's about recognition. It's about all these years you have worked so hard to create a particular phenomenal reputation for your business, for your plantation, and then you receive an award. So as you clearly said, that it's a lifetime achievement award for all the hard work you do. The third category is Habanos in communication, and that's what I received. The communication part comes from how you develop and popularize the Habano culture, Habano lifestyle, Habano's moments, and how good you are in promoting this beautiful lifestyle to the rest of the world. It could be a book, it could be an online blogging, it could be someone who is talking a lot about cigars in different territories. So there are so many personalities which we know. I respect them a lot, and then those guys are my mentors in this. So to name some, Simon Chase is a Hombre Habano. He have never been in Instagram.
No.
It's a huge difference between Simon Chase receiving Hombre Habano back in the time and myself. I'm receiving Hombre Habano now, because Hombre Habano now is, I received this award for the communication part, mostly coming from Instagram and social media and all the hard work I have been part of during these years. If you look into Simon Chase's history, he has wrote a book, he has been in the part of the cigar world for nearly 4 or 5 decades. And that is the award he received at the time for the communication.
But he was also the boss of Hunters and Franco, if I remember
Yes,
it well.
he used to be part of the Hunters and Franco,
which is the distributor for the United Kingdom and Ireland.
That's correct. And he also used to write the journey. He was a journalist to start with, and he was so keen on understanding cigars and cigar culture. And he have independently written journals before working with Hunters and Franco. And then later, Hunters and Franco asked his collaboration. And he had traveled, I don't know, endless time to Cuba and learned from the factories, from the plantations. And then when Habano started this particular program of giving a reward and award, he's one of those first personality who received. I don't recall exactly the first year or the second year, but he was one of the president of our time. He was one of those guys who received the award. So
a life dedicated to the cigar business, cigar communication, a passion. You were lucky to spend some time with him.
Yes.
And I remember you shared a story about him. So he was one of those men that those people who had an impact on you and wanted you to know more about the cigar. So I guess that now that you are a Hombre Habano, you're also a Maestro Habano. So that's something that you get from working in the industry. Communication, you don't need to work in the industry. It happens that you do work for the industry, but you didn't have to. You could have been on Instagram, or you could have been just working in a different area. So you have this title. Now you have Hombre Habano. I would like to know, how do you see now? I mean, you see yourself as you have a responsibility to pass even more information. Are you going to retire and just say, okay, now I don't want to smoke anymore? How do you see? I mean, I know you're glad. For me, it's well deserved. For everybody that I met, everybody said it's well deserved. The guy really deserves it, and it couldn't happen to a better person. Because I mean, I know you, and I know how how much you know about cigars, how much time you spend, talking about cigars, helping people, assisting people. So, of course, Habanos made a great decision in choosing you. But
Thank you.
how do you think that how did it change yourself? That do you think now there's pressure on your shoulder, or do you see yourself as an older man and maybe you just didn't realize it because it's a lifetime achievement? So what's next? Because unless you start working in a field or you open a little shop yourself, it will be difficult for you to get a second one. So how do you see your life now?
I personally believe that, see, this Hombre Habano award come to me with a big surprise. So I was least expecting it. And I'm very honest about it. Many of my friends say that, oh, you knew, or do you know that? No, I did not know. And when I arrived in Cuba, I understood that getting nominated in the press release, my name was announced, and Habano asked me a lot of questions about what you do, how things are, and I did not know. So it came to me as a big surprise, and I'm very happy when I was nominated. And I never expected to win because in my category of Habano's communication, we have two guys who was equally powerful in the culture and the lifestyle programs, what they do to educate, to promote, to develop. And I seriously met them and I knew them for many years. And I was happy that one of us win. I never expected that I would win. For nomination of Habano's Hombre Habano itself is a big win. And this is what I wanted to communicate when someone asks me that what is Hombre Habano for you? Getting nominated in Hombre Habano itself is a big winning. If you are winning, oh, that's big, it's massive. This is one of the reasons that Habanos give you a certificate. Nominado, which is that you nominate.
You're nominated.
And then you also receive an award, which is that won. So they give you both of this in order to show you that even nomination is not easy. It's only
three people every year
getting nominated.
It's true. 3 nominations for 3 different categories.
So we're talking about 9
every
personalities every year. And that is a big deal.
Yeah.
My life did not change much. I would say that...
You're still answering my calls. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
My life did not change much in terms of how Hombre Habano can change your lifestyle. No, I would say that now it's not just because of Hombre Habano award itself. During the last few years, I was dedicating much more time of my life and more time in educating myself for this beautiful culture. I would say that it became my ritual now. I spend a lot of time every day, a big amount of time every day for this beautiful culture. That, not because I have a pressure or not because I was running for a particular kind of award. It's just because that's what I love to do as my daily life. And that's my passion, to help people, to educate people, and to learn myself. It could be a very simple thing, and then I'm learning from people. And I think that part will never change. Receiving the Hombre Habano, I have a responsibility now to dedicate more. And that's what I feel today, that I would say that I want to dedicate much more than what I have done earlier for the Habano culture. And to develop more, to teach more, to educate more, and then to make this beautiful culture much, much bigger than what it is today. And that's the, I would not say it's a pressure, but I would say that that is the beautiful feel I have, which I am so honored to do any hours of my time. I don't think that is the job. I think that is something like a dedicated work for the passion you love the most. I don't think when you work for something passionate, You don't really look into the countless hours you put in. You are an example for this. You know, you love Habano culture. You are a passionate person to develop the Habano culture. The amount of time you have put forward to create your videos and to educate yourself. It's a lot of education happens every day. When you search for a cigar, to put it together, write it down, and then present it, it's a lot of education happens, sir. So I would say that the last time we met was in Cuba, but then before the first time when we did the interview together, you made the interview with me, that was your first video. Yeah. And since that day to today, you have literally close to 100 videos. I mean, if not more, I don't know.
I have less. It's true, but as you said, something really true that I did not think about when I started. You said something really true, is that as you teach, you learn, because you have to check everything you say. You have to go on Cuban Cigar website. You have to go on Habanos, because of course you don't want to make mistakes. And I mean, you know 10 times more things than I do. And I have to check things. My memory is not that as good as when I was 20, but you're right. You learn, and because there are new cigars all the time, you have to learn all the time. And then somebody comes and say, "Oh, there is this new cigar out," and then look at this cigar, original edition.
It just came out after we came back from Cuba. We did not know. I mean, I heard about it from one of our common friends in Switzerland. This is coming out, and it's just announced during that period.
Yes.
And it's new.
Yes, that's what makes exciting, is, you know, to see it for the first time, to hear about it, to see it for the first time, to smoke it for the first time. And that's, you know, that's part of being lucky to be able to get involved into the scene.
Many of our friends who wanted to smoke this beautiful cigar, and you know, they're all waiting for their boxes. Lucky that you got one. And then now that I'm sharing with you.
We're going to...
For my own, I probably won't be able to get it in this time. You know?
No, but...
It will take some time.
I know, we're going to say hello to AJ, because AJ is going to have one of these, and Gino too, as promised. But that's a good thing about sharing and being curious about a new cigar. Okay, there is something we didn't talk about, something maybe some people don't know. In days, you don't only get this little man, or this medium-sized man, to put...
I call him Jaime.
Jaime, okay.
We have a story there.
Yes. But you also get a present from Habanos every year as a Hombre Habano. Can you tell us a bit more of that, or is it a secret you can't tell?
No, it's not a secret at all. Hombre Habano, once you receive a Hombre Habano, until you die, Habanos will send you a box of cigar every year. And that's the award you get. I remember my father did not know much more about the Hombre Habano. And then he asked me that, so what did you get? You get some cash, or you got a lot of things? What do you get? I said that I received an award. Okay. Then I can smoke more. Then he said, what do you mean? I said, I get a box of cigar, which is a choice of mine. I can give a choice to Habanos, and Habanos will give it to me every year, a particular box of cigar. And then that goes until you die. Of course, if that particular product is discontinued for some reason, you have a possibility of changing it. All the Hombre Habano receive unanimous of production or negocio or comunicación. I'm honored to say that probably I chose a cigar which is one of the least chosen cigars by all the Hombre Habanos.
Okay.
I don't know the reason. I would say that everybody should have this in their collection. Many of my friends and yourself, you know very well my favorite cigar. One of my favorite cigars is Trinidad Fundadores. So I chose my Hombre Habano, the yearly cigar, as a Trinidad Fundadores. And that's a cigar I choose. But I did not receive it now. I will receive it following from the coming year. This year is Jaime.
Yes.
And the next year onwards, you will receive a box of cigar. And it's one of the greatest part that Habano ever give. Because if you look at it, it's not only an honor, it's also a dedicated part that Habano respect you. They are giving a box of cigar, which is so special, and they check that cigar so good that it has to be with this guy. Goes every year. There is a work done behind it. I have seen back in the time that the Habano's team going around in each tables of the gala, giving that box to each Hombre Habano, because once you are a Hombre Habano, or even before, you never miss a Habano's festival.
Of course, that's something important.
Exactly.
It's very important to do this pilgrimage once a year as a Hombre Habano or as a non-Hombre Habano, to go to Cuba to feel it is very, how could I say, it is something really unique.
Yes.
The feeling of being part of this event, because whether you're Jasim or whether you're a young, like a 20-something-year-old guy who saved a whole year to go to Cuba and is a first-timer, doesn't know many people, you get the same boxes, same
gifts,
same gifts, same entries, same
tasting,
package.
Yes.
Okay.
There is no such thing as you are bigger than me or you're smaller than me. Everybody is treated exactly the same.
And I remember, because I saw you enter the gala event, you don't have a special access door. Everybody's queuing. So it's something that is really worth saying, is that once you get there and you register for the Festival del Habano, they make you feel special. You have the entrance to the festival, all the workshops, and you have to attend everything, everywhere you go. You will learn all the time, and you'll get free cigars. And then, of course, there's the gala evening. Okay, as Hombre Habano, there's a slight difference in the evening. You get your box of cigars.
No, that's the last day. I would say no. Maybe they would like to give it before, so we can share it in the festival. I would say that I saw your video about what you expect from a festival and what are the good things you received this year. And is it worth money, and etc., etc. So it's definitely worth money. I would like to say that, and I can't miss any more Habano's festival. At least I have to go there to collect my box.
Yeah. So one thing I would do, I would say now that I've done this video, and I'm sure you agree, is that if it's the first time or you don't really know Cuba, this week is not a holiday. It's a busy week. You leave this week because you go to bed around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Once you had a good time, smoking a few cigars, talk to some people, watch the show. There's 3 evenings organized. And then the next morning, usually you have to wake up earlier as well. So take a few days before or after to visit Cuba. Go around Havana, maybe you can go to Varadero as well. But because during the week you have no time. You really have no time. So
you are in a spree of events, smoking, community, every day, every time. Sometimes you probably don't even have time to eat properly, and you have to make sure that you have enough breakfast and everything so that you can run the whole day. So it's a process that we all go through. I don't think that it's different for anyone else. Everybody run from one place to another and then enjoy the most. I think it's all about being in a big community of cigar lovers. We try to connect with as many people as we could, and then get as many connections in the cigar world. And I believe that is one of the biggest thing ever any cigar lover should do. Next year will be bigger than the last year. It's always been like this. It's bigger and well done and perfectly organized. It's getting better and better. Even this year, we have the release cigar was sold on the same time. Next year would be some other surprise.
Yeah.
And it's something which we have to witness. So yes, I would say that the festival is a great thing. And I can't wait to see the next year Hombre Habano and being part of the festival, collect my box.
Of course. we will be there to make a video out of it. So now, since you came back, I know you're starting, you're restarting your YouTube channel because you are big on Instagram. It's two different media. Instagram is very instantaneous. The videos, they usually people, they sort of die off after a few days. So you're moving, as you said, more into education. So you're going to still do some shorts, I guess, and then YouTube channel. Keep your Instagram.
Absolutely.
And do more. Takes more time to do education about all the cigar life, cigar boxes, all your experience, and what you go through.
I always wanted to work in the YouTube platform. I never had the patience to start with because it was a long journey. YouTube is a different platform. Only the people who are creators will understand it. It takes a lot of time in organizing, keeping, uploading, making sure everything is perfect. Because YouTube, as you clearly told me, YouTube lives forever. And Instagram, it's for a few days or it's still there, but then no one searched for what you have been smoking a year ago. And you can't even search it. You can only search the tags. And when you search with a tag, it's hundreds of different pictures or videos. So let's put it like this. Instagram is like a butterfly. And YouTube is like a tortoise.
Yes.
It's there, it's low, but it's steady and it lives forever.
Yes, and another particularity that I discovered is that when YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. So let's say someone searches this cigar, Quai d'Orsay Sélection Royale.
They search in Google, second is YouTube.
But on the Google search, the YouTube videos will appear. So it's also a good way for people to research. You know, a lot of people, they go on YouTube to know how to repair something that is broken, to change a battery for. And a lot of people now also use YouTube as a search engine through Google because it belongs to Google.
Without even we know about it, I'm not a big YouTube searching guy. The other day, I wanted to change the battery of my car key. And then the first thing I did was searching, without even knowing about it, the first thing I did was searching how to change the battery of my car key. And the same thing for cigars. There are many beginners in the cigar world. They wanted to say how to smoke a good cigar, or how to choose a cigar, or what is this cigar. And everything is connected with this. And I believe that YouTube is doing a great job in this kind of creating the platform for the creators and the content personalities. And I'm thankful to you for letting me, push me to make the YouTube, because you told me all the time, Jasim, you gotta be in YouTube. Your Instagrammer is good, is amazing, but then YouTube, you gotta be in.
One reason,
great.
I think first of all, you have the skills because you're making great videos. They're beautiful, and you need, as I said, you have the knowledge, so you can beef up the content. And of course, it's less fun. It's a bit more boring, difficult to make a long video talking about shapes and sizing and stuff like that. But I think that the good thing is you are, in a way, building up an encyclopedia of cigars online, encyclopedia of knowledge about cigars. And you always have to think that even if you're making a video about this cigar, for example, or the last time you did a video was on the Glorious from La Gloria Cubana. In 5 years, 10 years, people will not remember maybe this box, and they will go back online, they will check, and they will find your video. It will still be there. And the information will be there. The box will not change.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
That's
And this is not the case on Instagram. And we don't know. It's Instagram, as you know, there's a lot of competition with the shorts, with TikTok. So, but the knowledge is there, and it will always be there. I mean, normally, inshallah. but it will be there, the information, and you will be able to say, oh, what about this box? You check, oh, Jasim made a video about this box. Let's watch it. You remember this and that, you know? So there are so many boxes we have that we have to make videos about.
Before it goes discontinued, before it becomes vintage and rare, and then it will be only in the hands of some collectors. We got to do as many videos and as many information as we could.
Exactly.
There are so many boxes back in the time, thanks to Illustrated Encyclopedia of Havana Cigars and Alex Cigar Groom from Havana Cigar website, because without them, that is very difficult for us to know that what are these boxes. So.
Yes. What a work.
Yes, I believe that another 20 years or 30 years down the line, we will have the same challenge.
Yeah.
A box which you have opened, I have tried, it might be discontinued, you know, and it might be a rare piece. And then people will have to know the information. What was this box? What was the release date? And what is the speciality of it? And what changed? So this is great. This is great thing that we are able to export in YouTube.
Exactly.
I hope that YouTube will not have an infringement with tobacco. So that's we have to be very careful.
We have to close our, yes.
You know, we are not doing anything illegal.
Or somebody will have to create a sort of alternative YouTube for tobacco. It will be on the dark web, maybe. Unfortunately, we'll have to find a way. No, please don't ban us. Please don't ban us. We don't do anything bad, only to us. There's no children smoking. You know, we are good people. You know, please don't ban us from
we are good people, even if you respect us with Hombre Habano, you know, for developing the culture.
Yes.
You know, that's it. So I'm coming to YouTube. I just posted my second video, and then I'm working on other materials.
Okay.
Mine is completely different than what you portray, because I'm more focusing on education. To all the misconceptions about cigars. Yours is more of a Habano's news. First of all, thanks to you that, you know, when you started your YouTube venture, I did not want it to be in YouTube, because YouTube, just because it's a lot of work, and you're dedicated to doing videos and giving awareness to the news of the Habanos. And then I realized that I'm finding a challenge in my Instagram channel about creating content when it comes to education. The time limit is so powerful. Back at the time, we can do IGTV. And when it comes to Instagram Reel today, you only have 1 minute and 30 seconds to develop and give an idea. So I find it very challenging to give a big format idea back forward to the cigar community. Then I was thinking that how I can do it faster. But there is no fast rule when it comes to education. Education is about time. Education is about dedicating yourself, learning, watching, doing things. And for that, we need a longer format. So I decided to reinstate my YouTube channel by giving education, by giving a lot of awareness, the misconceptions, the right thing, the wrong thing, what are the understandings of some kind of cigar flavors and reviews, etc., which is completely different than what you do. And what you do is, I'm a big fan of you, and then what you do is you give cigar news. What you do is something new, what's coming from cigars. What are the cigars which is existing, but it's very fascinating, opening a box, etc., etc. But when it comes to YouTube, I have to create contents in 2 different formats. As you can imagine, that I have a content which is a reel format, which is different, and when it comes to YouTube, which is a different format. So, and it's longer. But the good part is you can give a lot of information. And that's what I love about YouTube. Giving a lot of information. It's I call it a one-stop channel for cigar education. What I'm trying to achieve is to give a cigar course to every cigar aficionado. I know that many things what we already know. While I'm watching my own video, I understand that many things we know. But every day, when we watch it, we learn more things.
Yes.
And that's the same thing with you. When I am watching a particular segment of Grand Reserva, for example, you're talking about things again and again, and that's giving me awareness more and more. I love the video what you have done with you know there is a particular limited edition from particular brands, and then also there is a particular limited edition which is not from a particular brand. This gives a kind of connection between how you develop an idea and then how you connect with the community, and I love it, and I want to do the same with the education. So that's what my YouTube channel is all about, and I'm just a new baby in this. I'm going to take a lot of advices from you, and we're going to develop.
Now, as you know, we spent a lot of time, especially during COVID, because there wasn't much we could do. So we talked about cigars, and I thought I saw what you were doing, and you're very big in the Cuban cigar scene, of course, in the and the way you dress, what you're wearing, and I thought about this, about talking to people, about sharing information, because we receive a lot of information. I see younger people, you receive a lot of questions. So I thought, let's do this. I have a bit of time during the evenings and weekends, and let's do this. And then I thought, let's do some questions, something fun, because we need fun. I mean, we need fun in our life. I've seen the
with education,
yes,
right? Because education alone sometimes
yes. And and
but then when you have the entertainment, recently we started this segment of few people talking, and many people say that how you do that, it's only 1.5 minutes. But it's all about just giving one point which you do that. Okay, then that's not right, and it's
like the good Jasim and the bad
Jasim, right?
So it's your twin brother that I never met. Your parents hid it.
This guy is. I don't know. He's a good listener yet, but I'm trying to advise him that there are good things. But he's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll try. He's not really convinced. But I think he will by time, right? Because that's the young generation. They have a lot of interest in cigars, and they wanted to hear advices from people like us. But at the same time, they are like, you know what? You see, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, of course.
Young people are different. So,
yeah, of course, they're different.
So, but they're
no,
getting there.
They listen, but they do it their own way.
Their own way.
Of course. Sometimes they move to non-Cubans, they come back to Cuban and so on. We have to respect it. It's the new way, And also I think sometimes, especially with, when I ask questions and, I try to, because it's a bit too serious sometimes. So, it's like you try to put some jokes, but to put some fun, because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. We don't know everything. So, whenever I prepare my questions, sometimes I learn also. And sometimes when I study things, I noticed, for example, that some brands had not been used, and I thought, oh, this brand has not been used. Let's do it. Let's do a little quiz, and it's just for fun, basically. And I know some people just are thinking about it, and they know, like you very quickly. But it's good because it trains your brain.
Give you 1 minute of question in the brain.
Exactly.
Like, oh, is it this? And then look at it down in the comment. Oh, it's not that.
It's
wow,
exactly. So I think it's fun, and I go through the different cigars, different brands, and there's always, what I like also. What I like also is the name, what's behind the name. Like the Torquino, for example.
Where did you come out with this idea, right? Habanos, how did they come up, end up with this word?
Exactly. Torres Naga, for example, it's in Trinidad. It was a tower where they started to look. It's going to be another question. But, there's a lot behind the names.
So many. La Punta, La Fuerza.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
The collection of... Exactly. So it's always interesting. And it has not been done. Nobody's done it. Nobody took the time to do it because, of course, before there was no social media. I didn't see it, so I thought, let's talk about it. Let's have fun, and it's even if people don't remember everything, because sometimes I myself forget things, but at least it's fun, and I'm going. There's a lot to do. There is a lot to do.
You know, as we say in the Habano's world is a big ocean of discovery, and every day you learn. There is no such day that you do everything. And you know, I want to share this. I was talking to Simon Chase so many years ago, and he have mentioned that, Jasim, I'm an everyday learner. And I learn things from Cuba, I learn things from plantations to fabricas. It's every day something new. And that's what amuses him, to write, to develop, to talk. And that's what makes who he is. And you know, I understand what he meant at the time today. I was very young when I met him. And that today I understand that education is everything in the cigar world. And we have a lot to do, because this cigar culture is developing. As you correctly said many times, that we are living in an era that the cigar world is so powerful and something bigger and brighter. We have a lot to do. And I believe that we will do it. We will do it. We will do it with giving as much information as we could to the world of cigar lovers. And all the beginners will have more information than at the time when we started.
Sure,
See what I mean? I mean, it's crazy, right? Because when we started, probably in your time, even less, right? Because I remember that your first cigar is a Monte Cristo #4, and then mine was a Cohiba Corona Especiales. I did not know the significant value of that cigar at the time, and then today we know. But today the beginners have, they can just search online, and they can get everything in their fingertips.
Yes, and they know all the brands. They know even the brands that are not used. You know, you can, you know, 20-year-old knows the names of the different Davidoff Cuban cigars, for example. You know, Dom Perignon. You know, and for me, I discovered the Davidoff Cuban cigars after it was discontinued, but I never saw it around. Never. I never met anybody who had Davidoff Cuban cigars in his collection. I saw them afterwards when they became famous and difficult to get.
You know, since I'm in YouTube now, I'm started to watch a lot of videos. I did not know many personalities. There were so many. They are like multi-million views, right? And then I'm watching them. And I was watching this video from Eddie, and then they were asking, Tom Chamberlain was asking him that what is the kind of cigar that what he loved the most, and he said, it's Dom Perignon, Davidoff Dom Perignon. And then I understand what is Dom Perignon. I had the opportunity to smoke them. I don't know many people, they know that. But then they start to search it. Imagine you have a video that you were talking about what is a Davidoff Dom Perignon for so-and-so year. That makes a significance. When I was young,
no,
I did not know.
No, of course not. So you know that a few weeks ago we spoke about Dom Perignon, because we are going to meet with AJ Patel and Rekha, his daughter, and we're going to smoke a Dom Perignon together.
And I hope that you already grabbed the boxes of Dom Perignon.
I have have enough just for the evening for us.
Okay.
And I'm very, very, very glad to share it with you, and AJ, obviously, and Rekha. And we're gonna try that. But just like you know, the information is there now, and you know, we have to. On YouTube, we're looking forward to watch your channel. We have to look at Davidoff London, you know, with Eddie and his father Edward. We also have to watch AJ's YouTube videos. They're very useful. I mean, AJ knows so much about cigars. We're always learning from him.
Absolutely.
You know, he always has a story that, you know, where we discover something we didn't know. So every time we learn, I wish I could teach him something, but it's impossible. I hope one day I'll tell
Did he smoke this cigar? Not yet.
Not
right?
yet.
Let's teach it.
Not yet. AJ, there is one for you.
No,
there's one for you.
You know, that's what we think. You know, I remember when I met AJ for the first time, that I went all the way from United Arab Emirates to Teddington. At that time, AJ did not have number 6. So I went to his shop and I knocked the door and I went inside and I offered him a beautiful cigar of Bolivar Milagros from 2015 Edmundo, original edition for UAE.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
he was so happy. He hugged me and he said that, thank you so much. You don't have to. Such a kind-hearted man that you never met me and you come all the way from UAE and then you have the cigar. I said, yes, this is what I want to share with. I'm sure you did not try it. And he looked at me that I'm going to disappoint you right there, that because I have 19 boxes back here. So I'm like, oh my God, what I have to give it to him now. I mean, I was thinking that original edition could be pleasing because I know that the normal edition or vintages won't. So even that.
They know how to get boxes, these guys, huh? They have connections.
They have connections.
Yeah, I mean, they exchange boxes together. It's normal. And Armando Cigar as well. Armando, mainly in Spanish, but you can find the subtitles. I've watched recently some very good. For example, Armando made a great video on people who travel to Cuba. He made a video on telling them what they had to keep the invoices, when what they could bring back and everything. First time I got stopped by the customs, of course. Luckily I had my invoices, but it was very, very good.
Armando is Cuban, so
yes,
many people don't know about it. I discovered it when I was in Cuba this time. With Armando, I've been following Armando, and I did not know he have a Cuban origin. And then, many things. Every day we learn. And I had a great time to catch up with him, speak about cigars. Great guys.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So there's plenty. I mean, there's going to be more and more information on YouTube. And it's there. So, unlike Instagram, where it's, you have to go back, try to find where you see something. It's very brief. YouTube, you can sit down with some friends, smoke a cigar, and watch it. I know some people here are friends in the UAE. They meet and have a tea, smoke a cigar, especially during Ramadan when they usually stay late, and they watch some videos and they talk about cigars. And I think it's a good thing to do.
I think this is unknown to many other countries. Because there is a misconception. This is what I'm going to talk about in my videos, that if you don't pair a particular cigar with a cognac, it's not a great pairing.
I
have so many stories to tell. It could be a tea, it could be a coffee, it could be a favorite beverage of your choice, etc., etc. And Cuba being one of the most prominent countries for understanding coffee, this is a great pairing.
Exactly. Yeah, especially, personally, I rarely drink strong alcohol with cigars, because cigar is a hot smoke drying your mouth. So I always have either coffee or tea or water, because you need to hydrate your mouth, especially for the taste. And then you don't have to drink coffee to drink alcohol to enjoy your cigar.
Good cigar, yeah.
No, if you like your rum, you like your rum. If you like your brandy, but you can drink a glass of wine. You can drink some amazing teas. There are great coffees too, and that's enough.
Look at the drink you're having. It's espresso martini. So the base is a little bit of vodka mixed with a wonderful coffee in there. So you can have that without vodka.
Exactly. I enjoy tea with my cigar, because there's sometimes strong alcohol takes away a lot of the taste of the cigar. So
I agree.
you don't have to drink an expensive or an alcoholic drink to enjoy it. And a lot of people don't drink alcohol, and they still enjoy their cigars. So I really think it's up to you what you feel like. You don't always feel like drinking something strong, and Sometimes I just sit down in the afternoon and drink a coffee or tea, sometimes long coffee, sometimes espresso. You know, it's up to you. And I know that a lot of people in the cigar business are also great coffee aficionados like me. You know, that depending on the time, you can have a longer coffee. You can put milk in the coffee in the morning or late morning, and so it's really up to you. It's up to you. But I think it's a misconception that you really have to drink strong drinks. You know, you always have to have a strong one. No.
Look at the cigar world. You have light cigars, you have light to medium, medium to full, full. So it actually created for so and so reason that you can enjoy the cigar all the time of your lifestyle. So you can start a cigar with a day in the morning and then afternoon, in the night, depends on your day. You can choose a particular kind of strength and flavor.
This cigar, for me, this cigar would not go well with a strong alcohol because it would take away most of its
delicate,
taste.
It's it's in the lighter edge than a stronger one. Being it longer, it makes it more delicate.
Yeah, so it would be totally overtaken by a strong drink. So it's not complicated to understand that, but still, if you like your drink, you know, a stronger drink, you know, I know that, for example, American people they usually like their whiskeys, bourbons, stronger things. Okay, it's fine, up to you. But you know, there are different tastes, and you definitely don't need to drink something strong or even alcohol to enjoy a cigar. You know, the two don't always go together.
Yes,
definitely. There's a time for everything.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And you can smoke a light cigar, you know, in the morning in Cuba, and you know, you don't drink rum in the morning, you know.
No. Unless you're hangover like a couple of our friends.
Yes, but if you drink, I mean, usually, you know, your life expectancy, if you drink rum in the morning, your life expectancy usually drops. Yeah.
No, Cubans think the other way. They think that if you drink early in the morning, that your life expectancy go higher.
Yeah.
There is an energy to it. Great.
Well,
so,
thank you very much for your time, Jasim. So next time we meet will be at the Metallica Amigos de Partagas event in Metallica in Italy.
That's correct.
So it's totally different from the Festival del Habano, totally different atmosphere. I love it. I went last time and I saw you. I mean, last time I went was 2 years ago. I love the place. It's it's quiet. Still, there are a lot of people, but it's like chilling time.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
It does not have the same kind of how would I put it? It's not like you have to rush and run like in Cuba, because you have a lot to do in Cuba. But the beauty of Metallica that it's everything happening in one place, so you don't miss anything, and then you are revolving around with all the activities in one location. It would be great. It would be great with the Italian weather, time in June, and great breeze, wonderful weather.
Beautiful.
It's not cold, it's not hot, great food. It's going to be fascinating. And we have been there a couple of times, and I don't think that, you know, it's every time we go there, we always wanted to stay longer.
Yes.
So that's the feel. You always want to stay another day, another week. So it will be fascinating for this time. It's going to be great to hang out in Metallica. So I'm going to say hi to, I call him Jaime.
You call him Jaime?
I call him Jaime because he have an energy of Jaime Partagas, because the award what I received was at the gala of Partagas Maestro release.
Yes.
And, the protagonist brand for this year was in the gala was Partagas, as you made in your video, 3 different kind of Partagas. So it has a very interesting kind of name I put, because I took this beautiful art piece to Odalis in Partaga's factory, Partaga's cigar shop. And then Jaime Partagas, that's the gentleman who created the Partagas brand. And then I call him Jaime now. So because there's an energy comes back from his soul. Yeah, you like the name Jaime?
Jaime.
Jaime.
Jaime is good. Jaime is perfect. Well, you deserve it. I'm really glad, and thank you very much for your time. Good luck for the new venture in the video. We want to learn. I still learn from you. There are a lot of people waiting now for your videos. It's a new, you have 5 years of hard work at least in front of you.
I have a lot to do.
And we all look forward to getting the new book from Alex Groom. And we're probably going to do some videos about that because since Minroni's encyclopedia, there wasn't anything.
There is nothing of that cadre.
Exactly, with the pictures, the quality, and there's so much work involved. So we're all very keen to see that, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Laurent. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having Jaime.
Always welcome
until
together.
Until next time, hasta luego. Salud.
Bye.